Before handing over the charge, just one question which I kept unanswered. Why do you think I am wearing a red shirt?
You don't have to wear above. Because you don't have to wear a shirt.
The white was at the various answers. Various answers. So red symbolizes something in China. Red symbolizes prosperity. Red symbolizes happiness. No, I just know that is true. But that is not the reason why I'm wearing a red shirt. I'm wearing a red shirt because I wanted to. As simple as that. Red is my favorite color, by the way. Now we manufacture reasons to do the things we want to do and do the things we don't want to do. I was just talking to him and he said, "Are you participating in the contest?" I manufactured the reason of why I am not participating this year. Now, just before handing over to complete the pursuit of happiness, I want to leave you with one question. What are the reasons you are giving yourself to be happy or unhappy in life? With that, I would like to hand over the session to Area Governor, Sunil Agarwal.
I was very scared when Bhushan mentioned that the reason he was wearing red was I was about to think so that you can stop speaking as soon as you can. So here we are at Toastmasters, and today we are doing something very special. Before we go on to the session, let me tell you that it's a privilege that I'm doing this session. Normally, in Toastmasters, they don't allow me to speak. Like just the other day, I was doing a session for another group, and I was surprised that before the session, they gifted me a quote. And I was thrilled. And it turned out to be, that Bangala quote. And they insisted that I should wear it before the start of the session. And I was extremely touched by that gesture, and I gave the session. After the session, they promptly asked me to return it. I said, what happened? You think band karega quote diya, lekin gala band nahi hua. There were strict instructions going on during the break, the timer for the session, because he was the only one to be briefed that you start showing the red at the end of 5 minutes. Because I normally stop half an hour after he shows red. Now, what is this session all about? I see a lot of new members. Now let me tell you, this is part of a program that Toastmaster does, which is called the Successful Club Series. Is it all about becoming a good Toastmaster, or are you also committed to do something to the club? Whether you're a new member, you just gave a P1. Do you think you're also working towards making the club achieve a distinction? Or do you think it's only about your journey?
Certainly, it's the first one to say.
It's a combination. You grow as well as you contribute to the club. And Toastmasters always has 2 parallel tracks. As you all know, one is about becoming an effective communicator, and the second session is all about becoming a good leader. And leadership roles are all about your contribution to the club. As you take role plays and you achieve distinction as those who attended the orientation session, there are goals that we achieve. Now when we do the Toastmasters Club series, there's one very important program that we call MOT, which is Moments of Truth. Like Bhushan mentioned about colors. So there was a child looking at a marriage, and he found the bride wearing white. He said, why is the bride wearing white? I think bride is the color, white is the color of innocence, is the color of happiness. He said, why is the groom wearing black? So was that the moment of truth? What do you understand when you hear the word moment of truth? Being truthful. Being truthful, okay? Good thing. It's a realization, okay? Now, no, you go with the mirror, right?
It's the fullness of
Truthfulness of the truth.
fullness of the surrounding.
Yes, done. Completely cold or
Realization.
realization? Yeah.
Gap between ideas and our reality.
Gaps makes me realize, why do you think the dentist is like a lawyer? Anybody knows? Because the dentist also wants the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but a tooth. So Shivani, what do you think is the moment of truth for you in the club? When she laughs, I don't know what she's laughing at. So what's the moment of truth?
Is that our moment?
Okay.
Not telling lies.
Just not falling away.
Importance of
So do you think a moment of truth always has to be a jubilant moment?
No.
No.
Can a moment of truth also be a moment of sadness?
Yes.
If you saw the ongoing cricket match? Can that also be a moment of truth, Puneet?
Yeah, it is more of introspection.
Introspection. What else can it be?
Confession.
Confession. Okay, planning with it tomorrow, suddenly. Yes, what is the moment of truth?
Facts. Facts.
Facts.
Realizing the importance.
Sorry?
Realizing the importance of
It's not just realizing the importance, also an audit. It's an audit which periodically each club must do to check where they stand. A man got up very easily in the morning. He tried to vaguely remember the events of the previous night and couldn't figure out. He vaguely remembered that he had a binge and he had really drunk too much and staggering back home and managing to somehow reach the doorstep of his home. And the memory faded away. He tried to think hard and couldn't even recollect how he managed to reach his bed. And started thinking, what could have happened? Suddenly he opened his eyes wide and looked around. And he saw there was a note from his wife. Hi honey, I hope you're feeling all right. In the flask next to you, there's a lovely cup of tea for you. And there are some cookies as well. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief. Am I in the right house? For a person who was always expected to be ridiculed and abused for his drinking habits, this was a welcome change. And he wondered what had happened. Suddenly he saw his son coming in with a glass of water for him, smiling from ear to ear. And this was again a welcome change. He said, son, something doesn't seem to be right. There are smiles all around. The mom has left me such a lovely note. There's warm tea and cookies. What's it? He's saying, Dad, you don't know what happened last night. Mom told me in the morning. When you staggered home in the night, you had no idea where you were and you barely managed to reach. And Mom had to pull you out of bed to see that we could collectively drag you to the bed. And you didn't know what was happening. You were smelling of alcohol and you had to get rid of your clothes. But when we got rid of your shirt, you were quite okay. But as soon as my mom tried to remove your trousers, he said, no, 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 don't do that. I'm married. That was the moment of truth when you realize that what your real side is like. Now in a club, we have various patterns and various touch points. How many know the concept of touch points? Wherever you touch.
Wherever you saw your query.
Okay, I am Yes. What do you think is a touch point? Connect. Okay. No, but what is a touch point?
Define parameters.
Define parameters. Okay. Critical areas. So every club has various touch points. Do you think a club can be universally good? It can aim to be, but there are various aspects that go into a moment of truth. So what is a moment of truth as defined by the Toastmasters? The moment of truth is an episode where a person comes in contact with a certain aspect of the Toastmaster experience and forms an impression of the club's quality and service. A moment of truth, as somebody was asking, the break can be for customers, it can be for people. It's a universal, but today we are going to refer it to how the moment of truth gets reflected in a club. So any guesses what could be the touch points or an experience of the club? So, the Toastmasters moment of truth is a six-pack, do you believe? Do you think we can get physical? Do you think it's a six-pack? Would you like to develop it for the club? Yeah. Those last three words matter a lot. So do you think a club can develop a six-pack?
You put 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
6 pack 4 hours a day. 4 hours of exercise a day.
Okay. And nothing in the night.
You can do it every day.
So what are those six packs that a Toastmasters club has to look at? Any guesses? So the first one is all about first impressions. What are first impressions? First impressions are each of you members came here the first time to the club as guests or when you joined in. And of course, when you come in, even as a member, there are certain parameters that you see when you come here, and some of them were covered by the general evaluator in the earlier session. So those are all about first impressions. What the second? Second is the membership orientation. How many were you? Quite a few were here for the orientation we had before the meeting. Have you forgotten? Huh? Yeah, you were there. I hope you can put it there. So, yeah.
No, we were there.
Yeah. Yeah. So the membership orientation. The third part is about fellowship, variety, and communication. We'll discuss a little more in detail about this, but let me give you the six packs. And the fourth is about program planning and meeting organization. What would be the fifth? Membership strength. Do you think it's crucial for a member, a club to have good strength?
Yes.
And there are some parameters that Toastmasters International gives you, and we have to adhere to those parameters, and that is very important. And last but not the least is the achievement recognition. Is all about the goals and objectives, which are also discussed today, how we want to be a DCP goals and all that we have. So let's take the first one. So what are the first impressions? Are the guests greeted warmly and introduced to officers? Members, please don't give me the answers. We are going to do this as a test later. So, but we can start formulating. I'm just taking you through. Are the guests greeted warmly and introduced to the officer members? Is the guest who can be provided? What are the meeting standards? Is it a professionally arranged meeting? Is the meeting conducted in a convenient location and especially is relevant to a community club like ours? For a corporate club, probably it doesn't matter because they normally conduct in their premises, but for us it's very crucial. Are guests invited to address the club? Because as you know, we want them to give them an opportunity to them. And are they invited to join? So are these first impressions okay? So we'll ask you to evaluate these later. The second portion comes to what we call membership orientation, which is formal induction. Are members formally inducted, presenting and giving manuals? Are they assigned mentors? Especially new members, are they assigned? Because technically for the first 3 to 4 speeches you do need a mentor. You can have a mentor until your CC, but at least for the first 4 speeches you should have a mentor. Education programs and recognition programs discussed and made aware about. That's part of the membership orientation. Learning the needs that to be assessed, what all you need to know. Speaking roles assigned, and last but not the least, are members involved in the process. So this is the second one. Now the third one is fellowship, variety and communication. Were the guests treated warmly? I don't think they were, because many of them left after the break. I see a few. Enjoyable education meetings. We all come here to learn, but do you think this session needs to be enjoyable as well? Yeah, so the education, and especially the session that we have for education. Regularly scheduled social events. Both participation in area, district and international events. We have plenty of them, one coming up in Operation shortly in Delhi. Inter-club events. And last but not the least, the newsletter and a website updated regularly. Is this news to you? That there's so much that happens? Yeah. So much that happens. So probably, when you realize that so many things happen behind the curtains, you're like, what is happening? Now we come next to the program planning and orientation. That is the agenda publicized in advance about meetings and all the contests, etc. And are they prepared to carry out all the program assignments? The third is, are the projects, all projects are manual projects. What do you mean by this?
Not Google.
No, not that manual. It's the CC manual. Rahul, you automatically get switched off. So it is all about manuals, because we have been given CC and CL manuals, and you can't just come and present any speech you like. So our projects have to subscribe to the manuals, both the leadership as well as the communication manuals. And do the meeting begin on time? This meeting may not end on time, but create given topics and activities. Today, because I'm the culprit, because we wanted to squeeze in this moments of truth, we had to follow the table topic, but we do have a very exciting table topic session in all our meetings. And positive and helpful evaluations. You heard 3 of them today. How did you find the topics of the speeches? Really? So we had quite a variety. We had the first one, which was about confluence. Okay, very inward, convergence, confluence, and all that. The second one was social media, again very relevant. I thought if I had a chance to mentor Shivani's speech, I would call it the key, I would call it the kick, In relevance with what's going on, it would have made a little colloquial sense. Okay, what's the next? Membership strength. You have an idea what our membership strength is right now? Okay, do you know our weakness? Okay, so the club cutoff is 20. For a good Toastmaster club, you need 20. You are given some grades sometimes when you're slipping, but you don't start a club before 20, and ideally you have to maintain that number. You can't go below that. You need plus. Members are retained because it can't be a revolving door that every day new members are coming in and leaving. You need to retain members. And why do you think they need to retain members? There's the continuity. Okay, nothing else.
Because there is a decorum to the entire process.
Some other reason? Vijay?
Experience.
It is the moment of truth to know how well you're doing. If you're not retaining members, it's absolutely clear that you're not giving enough people reasons for people to stay on. Why would people leave? Don't say I had a chance. People leave when they feel unhappy or dissatisfied. So if you are retaining members means you're doing something right. And if you're not retaining this, you need to look in why are you not able to retain. Promotion in clubs, organization or community, then the programs are varied and exciting. You can't have a similar thing all the time. You need to have variety, like how we have different themes every day. We have different role players. It's not that one game what is playing the role every time, but we are having the same set of speakers and we are having varied topics. And of course, sponsoring new members are recognized because we are encouraging people to get guests and we are encouraging them to invite their friends, and if they become Toastmasters, we can recognize them. And last but not least, the regular membership building program. which are an ongoing process. Okay, so where are we? The last but not the least is the achievement recognition. Award applications. Some of the new members may find it. Is it too cold? Yeah? Can you do something about it, Sachin? Where's Sachin? Yeah, just reduce the AC because they have enough reasons to leave, but okay. So award application initially submitted, progress chart displayed and maintained. You know it's here? Okay. Then member achievement recognized with the ceremony and club district international leaders recognized, club and member achievements publicized. And last but not the least, the DCP used for planning and execution. Now we have these 6 components that go in. And today you have a chance to evaluate and contribute to the club. What we are going to do now is divide you all into 6 groups. And each group will have a leader who will take one of the topics and they will actually get about 10 minutes to discuss and confer upon each other and give an honest feedback on how they feel the job is being done. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So we first have the program. Can we invite maybe Pramod? Pramod, can you please come now? Okay. So will you be able to do justice to the job of doing the role of the first impressions? Yeah. So what you do is select a few guests. We're going to shuffle. So you need not just talk to the people around you. Try to get a few guests. And
some members also, some new members and some
and
guests.
one or two new members. And we have how many people in the group? We have about 4, 6, 8, 10. So you can take about 6, 7 people in your group. 8, 7, 7 or so.
Virendra,
So go in one section.
with the raise of hands, can I? You join. You join. So take Virendra with you. He is the club member. He will come with you, and you can take a few guests plus some new members with you.
And new members?
Yeah.
We have 2 new members for this side.
Yeah.
And we already have the guests here.
Yeah. Can you move here, please, to Pramod? Yeah, please.
Yes, right?
Yeah, you can come.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have 10 minutes. Sir. May I invite the president to take up the role of the membership orientation and pick up a group of 6, 7 people to do the job of the membership orientation. No, I'm telling you, I could talk to the first impression. Will you pick up your 6, 7 people?
Normally, whoever wants to come.
Okay, Manish, come.
Members, guests can also come and join up. So they
Manish
understand.
should take care of fellowship writing.